My own opinion, I feel like Bayern Munich is just a team where if you need trophy, just go there and go and collect. Because if a big club like Real Madrid, Barcelona come for a Bayern Munich player aside from the German ones, they will definitely go. In fact, let me put it out. Let me put this out. I'm not seeing Olise playing in that Bayern Munich in the next 2 seasons.
No, it's true. It's true.
But okay,
anyways,
okay,
this is
no, but okay,
So
okay, no,
that is
no, with
what
what you said now. Now, this is a player that has about its one goal contribution, goal and assist. Yeah. The only person to surpass him in a full season is Lionel Messi, 105. Yeah. Yes, Bayern Munich has been dominant in that league. We've also seen players who have gone into that league but has not done that same number that Hurricane has done this last season. Yeah, sure. So why can we not say, okay, yes, fine, I know Bundesliga is not so competitive as it all seems to be, but with what Hurricane has done, especially with this season, this difference that he has done this season, why is it not a different take in this Ballon d'Or?
well, World Cup is over. We concluded the 2025-2026 season officially. And if you remember, there's one of our videos before the World Cup that we said every player needs to go to that tournament to go and hustle for their Ballon d'Or award. You understand? Because we had a lot of players that did so well last season, like the just concluded season. And now the World Cup is over, which means that's the end of the season of last season. And so far so good. We've seen a lot of players, a lot of reasons why a lot of players deserve to hold this award. And don't forget, the French football, the Ballon d'Or organizers, they already said Ballon d'Or will be based on seasonal performance, not going to be a yearly, like a 1 year performance anymore. Shey you understand? So now, so far so good. Na the conversation we wan have today. We wan have that conversation of the Ballon d'Or. Who you feel say e deserve this award? We have a lot of players on that list. We have Mbappe, we have Dembele, we have Olise, we have Harry Kane, we have Lionel Messi, we have Rodri. In the mix right now, we have Yamal. No how you wan put am, Yamal has to be there. So now, let's have that conversation. Ballon d'Or. Don't forget, Ballon d'Or, because I've seen a lot of people saying they want to change the rule for Messi, this one, that one. No, it is not like that. Ballon d'Or is not an award for European players only. The what's it called? They've changed the narrative since 1995. They've made it eligible for players outside Europe. However, Europe is the biggest stage of football, and that is why we have a lot of Europeans dominating that award. And let me give you this as a take home. 100 FIFA, what's it called? 100 FIFA journalists, FIFA accredited journalists are eligible to vote for this award, and these are the top 100 countries in the world. Do you understand? So keep that on one side before you come to tell us, the Rugan, this one, that one. Now journalists they vote. You understand? And now FIFA journalists wey be say na dem their country represent for the 1 to 100 countries in the world. So that one make we keep am. No forget that one. So we don open the floor now. I get IK, I get Godwin for here. I know say for me I just dey confused. I dey so confused like this because that Ballon d'Or you get person wey carry best player for Champions League e no even go World Cup. Person wey collect Champions League e no really show for World Cup. Person wey get golden boot e no collect trophy. So the thing just dey as e dey. Just so so let's have the conversation. So if I want to ask you, Godwin, let's start with you. Who do you think deserve this award more?
Well, before I answer your question, for me, I just believe that since we've not gotten any consistent player, especially since Messi and Ronaldo has left this their baton for the rest players to do their thing. I just put them out. I just believe that this Ballon d'Or thing should be scrapped. I just believe.
Another angle.
Yeah, it should be scrapped. And this is why I say it. Arsenal won the league last season. And we can actually tell ourselves that Arsenal defense won the league. There was really no consistent forward that did it week in, week out for them. They won the league because of their defense. So now, if we come here today, now at this point, especially this year's goal now, it is very confusing. You can't necessarily say this player, now you run out. I think the only player that won everything we saw is Fabian Ruiz, and he cannot be in this conversation. You get it based on
injuries,
even his numbers are not even showing. You get it. So if I want to, I'm just giving an instance now. If I want to pick out Kylian Mbappe, he has had a good individual performance. But there is no trophy to show for it. In as much as yes, the Ballon d'Or is an individual award. You can put this in that context, an individual award, and you can tell yourself, okay, fine. Kylian Mbappe has done his part. He has scored his goals. He was the highest goal scorer in the World Cup, in the Champions League, in the La Liga. He has done his part, but you still need to back it up with something, with a medal. To crown everything.
Yes, part of the criteria, the top two criteria for the award, your individual performance, the team performance, and also your professionalism
on and off the pitch. Exactly. So that's the thing. So now, if we are using that criteria now, Kylian Mbappe has done his own part based on his individual performance. But team performance, winning a trophy, he has not done anything. You get it? So that's why it's a bit confusing for me. But to answer your question, since it's an individual award, and I'm just trying to base it on who has done more as an individual for himself. This is me just looking at it on my own part of it, my own opinion here. I think Harry Kane deserves it this year, and this is why I say so. I think he had about 81 goal contribution, goal and assist thereabout, and I think this has been the highest so far. I think I think Lionel Messi has the highest. I think in the 2012 season thereabout. I think about 105. And since then, I don't think anybody has done it except Harry Kane this season. He won the Golden Shoe. He was just one goal behind Mbappe that won the Golden Boot in the Champions League. He had a good World Cup. So I'm giving Harry Kane because I believe he has. Yes, he might not have won the World Cup. He did not win the Champions League, but if he's about individualism, I think he has done well for himself. The only thing about Harry Kane is that he does not just give out the PR. He's not really the fans' favorite. If I would put it per se, you get it. But if I'm going to vote, because it's a voting thing, if I would vote to Harry Kane.
But based on your your point as regards Mbappe, are you not telling us that it's still the same thing as Mbappe? Because
it's never the same thing, because Harry Kane, he crowned it with the Bundesliga. He crowned it with he had some trophies to put. Yes, all of them were all German trophies, but he had something to crown it up with the medal and everything. And he won the Golden Shoe. He was just one goal behind Mbappe in the Champions League goal scorer. He had a good World Cup. So I think for me, if I would vote, I'll vote Harry Kane.
Yeah, but before I go to IQ, I just want to quickly say this, because to me, this is the way I feel when you are talking. You are making it look as if the strikers are more, because when you made mention of Arsenal, I feel like in this conversation, I personally will put Saliba. I'll put Saliba in this conversation because Saliba won the Premier League and it was solid. Because you mentioned that Arsenal defense won the league, and Saliba was key in that defense. And now in France, we saw what he did before he got injured. Most of the matches he played, France was rock solid before he got injured in this tournament. So I still want to put him in that conversation because it's not an award for strikers.
That's the thing. That's why I'm actually telling you that this Ballon d'Or, especially now that Ronaldo and Messi has passed the baton to these people, it should be scrapped, or if not scrapped, they should now give Ballon d'Or for different position. You get it? They should give Ballon d'Or. Okay, best defender, take your Ballon d'Or. Best midfielder, take your Ballon d'Or. Best forward, take your Ballon d'Or. I feel like it's fair because now the defense will do something. Attackers will now take the shine of it, and it's not fair.
But I think it's looking like it we have the Yashin Trophy, the one for the goalkeeper, and we have the Gadmula Award for the striker. So just that the midfielders, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe when De Bruyne retires or Lampard and De Bruyne will come together. Okay, let's hear from you.
Well, few things before I. He's first. Let me start with the point you made mention that Europeans are the when
Yeah,
that it was crap for Messi and people.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a wrong idea. It has always been so. But the only thing is that we have to just have fun with it. That it was only this year. It
but
was
then we have to
public.
put it out there.
Yeah,
That
I understand, but it's just this year it became public knowledge, or let me use that word, public knowledge. But anyway, that's by the way. I feel personally, I understand where you're coming from if you're asking for a Ballon d'Or scrap. But I feel like what has to change is, like, is the criteria. I feel like the criteria has to be adjusted because we've seen two out of this world players that could do things we could not imagine.
Yeah.
So I feel like you don't have to put that expectation on others. Like the expectation we had for these people, we don't have to shift it to others because players we have nowadays, first and foremost, the competition is usually too much. I don't think we can get two standouts like we had. So at least this generation was lucky enough to watch, or should I say, witness Ronaldo and Messi live. So that's a great opportunity. So I feel like FIFA has to kind of adjust those criteria to fit into the football standard as it is now. Now, to me, should I say, I'm kind of cutting in between the lines because one, usually there is always a FIFA script that the World Cup is usually a major factor in the Ballon d'Or rating or ranking. So, in so doing, when you look at the Spanish side, the only standout or maybe pick one particular player you can just maybe pick out is maybe Rodri, which of course I am inclined to agree now. His previous Ballon d'Or I did not support because I was much more in the Vini Junior camp winning it. But right now, I think if Rodri gets the Ballon d'Or, for me, with the usual FIFA script, I have no problem with it because he won the Golden Ball. He was instrumental. In fact, he was instrumental to Spain winning the World Cup, and of course, club football. He won domestic cups. That's what's it called? The FA Cup. And so at least that's somebody that has glory,
but
club side, and still.
sorry to cut you in
Yeah.
there. The club side,
Yeah.
Man City last season, Rodri.
Yeah.
He didn't really do
He
much.
was out for a
He
long
was
time.
out.
He was
for a
out.
long
I
time.
like Ronaldo Nazario. The same thing happened to him in 2002. He had series of injuries in his club side with Inter Milan, but it was his spectacular performance at the World Cup. That's why I said if I want to follow the FIFA script, the usual FIFA script, I would say they should give it to, well, let me say Rodri. But if I am to just on the neutral, for the neutral, I would say Kylian Mbappe.
Okay.
For me. And why I would say Kylian Mbappe, regardless of the FIFA script or not, is we're talking about an individual award, and I feel like just like you rightly made mention of Rodri, Man City survived, or to an extent survived without Rodri. Real Madrid could not survive without Kylian Mbappe. That was just the truth. What's it called? France could not survive without Kylian Mbappe. Harry Kane, a good shout for me. But why I'm placing Mbappe ahead of Harry Kane is one. Bayern Munich, every trophy Bayern Munich won, they could have won it without Harry Kane. Easily, they could have won it. They would have won the Bundesliga without Harry Kane. They had the likes of Michael Olise. They had Sergio Gnabry, Luis Diaz, who could even Jackson, who could comfortably cover up for him. This is not to discredit Harry Kane in any manner or form. And in the World Cup too, he wasn't that out and out big or star player. It was Bellingham that was basically doing most of the heavy lifting for England, but he was still involved. But for Real Madrid, Kylian Mbappe was all in all, in spite of Vinicius Junior, having likes of Vini Junior, even Jude Bellingham and others. In France too, still having a Ballon d'Or winner, Ousmane Dembele, Michael Olise, and the rest of them. These guys still carried the French team. So I feel like personally, I would be more inclined to see Kylian Mbappe because, of course, Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or in 2013 without winning any trophy. because he scored 63 goals.
Yeah, but people kept still argue that.
No, regarding yes, of course there would always be, of course there would always be arguments. Definitely, there would always be arguments. So that's why I'm just gearing towards Mbappe more as my top pick.
For me, I think we are also leaving out Michael Olise in this conversation because that guy had a fantastic season alongside Harry Kane in Bayern Munich, and coming into this World Cup, highest assists,
Yeah.
six assists.
Yeah.
And if you look at his game, he had a very good competition, a good tournament
Yeah.
in the World Cup. So for me, I'll be tipping Olise and
Even
Messi
Dembele.
and Lionel Messi.
Even
For me,
Dembele.
I'm not going to like. For me, Dembele is not top two.
Even Dembele because
Because the reason is you cannot play just 10 matches in the league, and even in the Champions League that we are talking about, he's not the best player of the Champions League of the competition. We have Claudia Chalia playing very well, and so for me, I don't think Dembele.
no, I feel like
is one of. So now
he's
I'm going somewhere, and now for Lionel Messi,
yeah.
I feel like Messi Olise for me
deserves
because if you look at Messi's number, also in Inter Milan MLS, this season alone they played about 16 matches in both the league and the cup competition, and Messi has scored in the league. He has scored about 12 goals out of about 13 or 14 matches played. 7 assists. He's second on assist, and also second on goal or something like that. So about 7 assists. That means he's having good numbers. And if you look at the World Cup, he was basically Argentina. The highest scorer for them, the highest assist for them, and a lot of that. So it's not about it's not about it's not about being a Messi fan, but I'm just stating that that's why I brought out the stats. So, and the fact that we've established that it is not an award for European player, like player playing in Europe alone. So I feel like Messi, and also a finalist in this World Cup tournament, which many will argue that he's supposed to win the player of the tournament. Well, for me, I feel Rodri deserves to win the player of the tournament. So I feel like Olise and Messi should.
So in as much as I would be tempted to want to agree with you, I would disagree with you on the Messi's part. This is now please, this is not calling they'll call it out because no, if Messi had won the golden ball 100%, 100% for me, I would of course support him. But sorry, not support him, but at least
you tip him
maybe tip him to be among the maybe top winners. But the only reason I would disagree is I feel like in a Ballon d'Or, like this top Ballon d'Or was saying, I feel like MLS is too, it's too
far behind.
Far behind the head to maybe to bring. That was why I said if he had won the golden ball, I would have definitely, that's a shot up. And of course he deserved to also win the golden ball.
But what about Yamal?
Yamal for me should not even be in the conversation.
Really?
For me, because
actually not a bad shout.
It was key in Barcelona, La Liga,
exactly.
Yes, definitely it was, but the World Cup, he had an off World Cup.
He didn't have a good World Cup. Just one goal against Saudi Arabia.
That was awful for me. So, and Dembele, why I still feel like Dembele still has to come in is if you're following, like I said, the World Cup script, the fact that he won the Champions League, he won the league titles, and maybe what's it called, the when you accumulation was like 3-4, I've forgotten whether it's not treble, not but I think he won 4 trophies.
Okay.
4 trophies. Yeah, he won 4 trophies. If he wins the Super Cup, that's more to him. And of course he did not also have a very bad World Cup, 5 goals and I think 2 assists. So I still feel like he should still maybe not top, but at least be in the conversation.
But I just don't know. I love Dembele so much, but he's one of the players I never see I've never tipped him to win the Ballon, even the one he won last season. For me, I just feel like because this is my point. This is where I'm viewing the Ballon d'Or from, the lens I'm viewing it from, because I feel like okay, now if basketballers give us their best player of the year of the season, footballers want to bring out our best player of the year, and we are bringing out Dembele. Are we saying Dembele is the best player we can provide like football can provide for this year. Just like the best person wey sabi play this ball pass.
That's the thing now. We place it on metrics now. You get it. It's now based on what you. It's based on what you can do. Your numbers, your trophies, and that is why.
Because
that's why I
you
feel
know,
like people have to make an adjustment.
there's one year like that year that Chelsea fans were pushing Jorginho to, and like even in this Chelsea team, Kante is far better than this guy. You're telling me Jorginho should win Ballon d'Or.
I still want to ask a question. You know, now I mentioned Harry Kane, and I still believe it's a big shout.
Big shout.
You know, I feel like there's a bit of discrediting on the Bundesliga. This is a top 5 league. In as much as yes, you might say there is no big competition in the Bundesliga. I think only Dortmund and maybe probably Leverkusen, or Leipzig, they are the one competing with you know Bayern. With what Harry Kane has done, especially this last season, why do you guys think that he doesn't want it? Or is it based on who he is? Harry Kane, Englishman, PR, not so shiny. I don't want to know.
Well, a lot of English guys have won it. You know, we've seen Michael Owen won it back in 2001 or 2000. Yeah. So let's forget about the Englishman or something. But now I think the fact that we said MLS is far too behind to bring Messi to that conversation. So I'll still use the same method of Bundesliga. Now, listen,
you actually
if we are talking about Bundesliga, right? For me, I feel like Bayern is the only team in Bundesliga because Dortmund are just competing for them to showcase their players so that outside people can buy. And now for Bayern Munich, in my own opinion, I feel like Bayern Munich is just a team where if you need trophy, just go there and go and collect. Because if a big club like Real Madrid, Barcelona come for a Bayern Munich player aside from the German ones, they will definitely go. In fact, let me put it out. Let me put this out. I'm not seeing Olise playing in that Bayern Munich in the next 2 seasons.
No, it's true. It's true.
But okay,
anyways,
okay,
so that is
what you said now. Now, this is a player that has about its one goal contribution, goal and assist. The only person to surpass him in a full season is Lionel Messi, 105. Yes, Bayern Munich has been dominant in that league. We've also seen players who have gone into that league but has not done that same number that Harry Kane has done this last season. So why can we not say, okay, yes, fine, I know Bundesliga is not so competitive as it all seems to be, but with what Harry Kane has done, especially with this season, this difference that he has done this season, why is it not a different take in this Ballon d'Or shout?
No, the thing is why I feel like Harry Kane, like I said, this is not to discredit him in any way. If this wasn't a World Cup year, I feel like the conversation would be different. Do we get it? I feel like the conversation would be different. We cannot remove the fact that Harry Kane had an awesome season. It's crazy numbers for Harry Kane. But personally, what I said in the first place is every trophy Bayern Munich won, if Harry Kane was not there, they would have still won it. That's first and foremost. So his impact, definitely he impacted the team to winning trophies and all. But I feel like if Harry Kane wasn't there, there's nothing we saw from Bayern that we would not have still seen. Maybe the goals might not be as maybe plenty like that, but there is nothing Bayern did that they could not still do without Harry Kane.
Exactly what I would like to say, because bringing Messi's 81 to 90 back to 2012, bringing it into the conversation of Harry Kane, fantastic like season for Harry Kane. But if you look at the way Messi scored those goals, like you guys need to go and watch that 2012. Goals are different from goals.
On that
we need to understand that.
On that one, I would disagree with you.
Wait. Now let's be sincere with ourselves. The way Messi plays football, scoring those goals, is far different from the way Harry Kane does. Now, Harry Kane is a very good number 9. He do play with the midfielders, but when you look at Messi. That season, don't forget, Messi was still the highest assist giver in Barcelona. Had more assists than Xavi and Iniesta that same season. We can't say the same thing for Harry Kane. That is why we cannot just. I don't want us to put that.
Do you know why I will still put it? I feel like We have to put it. No, and please, this is not personally to maybe because of my vendetta with Messi. No, Bayern Munich midfield cannot be compared to Barcelona's midfield. You cannot do that in any way, manner, or form. See, Harry Kane is a striker. If you watch his game in Bayern Munich, this is a striker that plays as a midfielder. Like they were crazy goals. Forget it was the Bundesliga. They were crazy
now.
goals.
These guys score goals
These
now.
guys.
I love
score.
Harry Kane so much. You
There's
know,
some
they
games
were
they
there.
struggle, sir. Bayern Munich go
A lot
struggle.
of games that they struggled.
Harry Kane
Harry
go
Kane
turn up.
single-handedly
Go turn up, win
for
this
them.
match.
No, if that's the honestly, I can still put him on the maybe because of course Messi is another level and all. But
That one is
definitely but it is still on the same par. My only reason why I'm just saying is if this wasn't a World Cup year, because you know this World Cup just came and you know what, should I say reduced the attention on him because England, the attention flipped from Harry Kane to Bellingham. Exactly. So I feel like that thing really did his, should I say, that shout a lot of damage. Not to discredit his, if he gets it, of course I have no problem with it. I just feel like that was, if this wasn't a World Cup year, Harry Kane would have been a bigger contender.
Well, you know, we've all said a lot of things, and you know, in fact, even if the Ballon d'Or organizers watch this episode, I feel like they will just agree with everybody, and it will make it more complicated. So for the fans out there, because you guys, you watch football also, and you understand football a lot, so we want you guys to come into the comment section and also give us your own candidates. You know, we have Yamal, we have Olise, we have a lot of players like that. So Saliba, some of you might even say Raya or whatever it is.
Kubasi,
So you understand?
some people are bringing Kubasi.
Kubasi, yes. In the midst of, so we every opinion and everybody has stats to back one thing or the other to back their claims. So come into the comment section, drop your take, and we'll be there to interact with you guys. So thank you. We will see you in the comment section.